friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany, and in today's video we have a Sunday reset for you. We are going to be plowing through our to-do list, our weekend to-do list, just trying to get everything that we can done and get in front of everything. So I'm excited to share that with you today. It's another busy weekend. Last night we had Michaela's first time performing with her new dance studio, and she performed at the opening of this really fun activity called the Zombie Fashion Show, and it's where community members get to come and register to participate in the fashion show. I'll put a little bit of clips here for you, and they get to dress up in full zombie garb and walk the runway, and then there's judges, and it's very, very cool. And her dance studio, it's an annual event, and her dance studio always opens up the event. So that was very, very cool. It was a nice, like 5-minute long performance, and I have not watched her perform in so long. I was just really thrilled to see her perform. And we have like a little love-hate relationship with dance right now because, so just a little backstory, my daughter has been a dancer since she was 16 months old. She didn't stand a chance. Her entire nursery was ballet themed, and she just didn't stand a chance. I knew that I wanted to make sure that she was in the performing arts and that we at least tried, and luckily for me, she fell in love with it, and she joined the competitive dance team when she was 8, literally dancing since she was walking, literally. And my very first picture of her at the ballet bar is her in a diaper. I'll put it right here. I'm extra emotional about this stuff right now because she is a senior and this is our last year of all of this fun stuff. And so I'm just trying to enjoy every little bit of it. But she was a part of a competitive dance team for a long time, and it was both a wonderful and growing experience where she made lifelong friendships, but also a very tumultuous experience because the competitive dance world can be very ugly. And if you are a part of the competitive dance world, you know what I'm talking about. And sometimes within a studio, it's very important that the studio owner does not pit the dancers against each other, meaning they're not competing against each other. You know what I mean? If you do have dancers of the same age, trying really hard to not have them competing in the same genre. It's difficult because you're gonna have kids of the same age. They're gonna be in group dances together, and then they're gonna compete against each other in solos. But it's just hard to have team camaraderie when they are also each other's competition. Then you also add in the fact that these are the most difficult times of your life when you're going through middle school and high school. You're trying to figure out who you are, you're developing, your frontal lobe is figuring itself out. You have really poor problem solving skills most of the time. Conflict resolution is still tricky. This is just a tricky time in adolescent development. And so then you pair that with constantly being in small costumes, comparing your body to others, comparing your, physical abilities to other people's physical abilities. It's just a very tough thing that I struggled with all the time. But my daughter loves to perform, and at the studios that she was at before, the only way for her to get that performance time outside of once a year recitals was to be on the competition team. And so that's what she did. And she just did not have a competitive bone in her body, God bless her, but she just wanted to be on the stage. And so some things happened in her junior year last year at the studio that she was at before, and Michaela was growing and figuring out who she was. She was really unhappy at the studio. She was really unhappy with her relationships with some of the peers there, which I'm not saying is their fault or her fault. It's just a part of growing up. And unfortunately, that studio owner let her go mid competition season with a competition to go that I had to eat the cost of, and without being able to do a recital for junior year. And I'm not saying that, you know, Michaela didn't play a part in that, but it was probably the most devastating decision that that studio owner made, not only for my family, but also for their studio, because the ripple effects afterward have been felt nonstop. So don't want to get too deep into it, but if you know me in real life and you know my daughter in real life, you know that she is a tough cookie with a strong backbone, and she loves hard, she feels hard, she will be your biggest cheerleader and, you know, your bodyguard, but she is also growing and learning, and she was 17 and maybe didn't always, you know, make the best decisions, but there's room for growth. And the way that this was handled was so pathetic. There's really no other word for it. And I try not to like harbor bitter feelings because that's not good for me. And it's not going to change the situation. But long story short, she wasn't sure if she was going to dance at all her senior year. And I just begged her to not let that be how her dance career ends. And, if I was telling this story 2 months ago, I probably would be sobbing right now because it has been such a hard thing to go through. And, you know, we really struggled with where to push her. Like, do we push her back into dance? Do I let her just be done? But I just did not want for 17 years, 16 years of her loving doing this beautiful art to just go by the wayside and be squashed by this really terrible decision made by, you know, the old studio owner. So she did some soul searching and she found this new studio, and I'm just so happy for her. I didn't expect to get into all of this, but sometimes I just like to talk to you guys. But long story short, she started at this new studio. It is very hard to go into a new studio at, you know, her age as a senior. These dancers have been together for a decade, you know what I mean? They all know each other. They go to school together. It's hard to come into that as, you know, basically an adult. She'll be 18 in February. So it's just crazy that, you know, not very many people start over their senior year. But I'm really proud of her. She was brave. She put herself out there. She did all of the legwork herself. She figured out the studio she wanted. She registered herself. She was communicating directly with the studio owner and getting that all set up. Like, she did it. I was so proud of her, and she's just so brave to put herself out there and start fresh. And I'm just so happy for her. So last night was the first time we got to see her perform with this new studio. I didn't know what the choreography was going to be like. I have not seen any of it. And it was just, I was blown away. It was so great. It was professional. It's not a competition team. It's a performing arts school. And so not only is she getting the chance to go and be creative and dance, and she's, you know, her technique is being challenged like it hasn't been challenged in a long time. And that's wonderful. But it's also full of these opportunities to perform within her community. And I love that for her because it's removed that element of stress from competition, but still given her an opportunity to perform, which is what she loves to do. And sometimes some people like to go take dance classes just to do it because it's good exercise and it's fun for them and it's a, you know, outlet. But for her, like, she wants the end product of performing. I was the same way. So I am super excited for her. Long story there, but I just, you know, that's where we're at. And if you are the parent of a teenager, just know that I'm in it with you, and we might be treading water and our little chins might just be right at the very surface, but we'll get through it. And we did, right? You and I survived, and we came out on the other side. I'm coming out on the other side with my daughter now, and it's wonderful. Like, our relationship is developing into more of a friendship. My son, Ryan, who is my littlest, is sitting at the table and he's giving me, is this a chef's kiss? Is that what you're telling me? Like a mwah, like, got it. He is also very close to his sister. So he, you know, we all love and adore her and can't believe that this is her last year of being, you know, a kid. But it was just so great to go watch her dance. And what'd you think, Ryan?
I thought it was great.
You thought it was great. He said that she danced in beast mode. That's what he said, which I'm assuming means she was dancing full out. Yeah, she did a really great job. So we now have to just kind of move on to the next thing. My house is not terrible, but it's not great. And we have a lot of like cleaning up that we need to do. 11 minutes of an intro. Hopefully you're here for it. Hopefully you don't mind me chatting. We've got some really fun content coming up, so make sure that you're subscribed. Not all of my content is going to be fall related, but I do have a really fun like fall family movie night coming up. And I also am going to be filming our school morning routine. A lot of people asked me for that last year and I never got around to doing it. So I'm going to show you how our crazy mornings go and how I get all 7 of us out of this house at 6:30 in the morning. We're champions at getting out of here in the morning. So that will be coming up later this week as well. And later this month, I'm going to have some cooking videos for you. We're also going to start thinking about Thanksgiving and prepping for that. I want to deep clean my kitchen and oven, and oh, that's my cat rubbing on the tripod. You know, preparing for that, getting the house clean and ready to host for the holidays, because those are around the corner. And I also have heard you guys asking me for some like work week, you know, like what I wear to work videos. I thought that would be fun to just kind of like do a little video of myself every day so you can see the kind of stuff that I wear. I think that would be a lot of fun, something different, and maybe what I eat in a day. I think I might do one of those. Oh, the leaves are falling. It's so pretty. Oh, my son's making fun of me, but I love when the leaves fall. Like it is literally raining leaves right now. Oh my gosh. If I can try to get some video footage of this some point today, I will try, but oh, it's just the most beautiful. So the leaves are falling. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now that we've done a lot of talking and enjoyed the beautiful fall foliage, let's go ahead and get into what you're actually here for, some cleaning motivation. We're going to get started here in the kitchen, get the dishes done and put away. You will see me doing a lot of talking to my kids in the background. They were everywhere today, so lots of talking going on in the background. The goal for today was to get done as much as I possibly could before we had to leave for soccer. I didn't want to miss any of it, so that's what we're doing. We're going to just try to plow through as much as we can before we have to leave. I had started a Sunday reset last weekend and I never finished it. It was actually like an additional one, and I had filmed my grocery order and my meal plan for the week. And I guess I accidentally deleted all of that when I needed to clean off my SIM card. So I don't have that for you today. So unfortunately, this is going to be a lot of me cleaning the kitchen. We will get into some other things, but I thought that I had more footage for you, but unfortunately I don't. So hopefully you still get some motivation as I clean this messy kitchen and get some other things done. But like I mentioned, I was supposed to have some more, but that's okay. We're still going to get through it, and we're still going to have enough footage to have some motivation for the day.
For water for my animals, I have a water fountain that they drink from, and half of them drink from the water that comes out of the little flower. The other half drink from the water that's down on the bottom. Just depends on which animal it is, and I keep it on this little rubber mat down by their food bowl. So I just need to clean this. I try to do this about every week or other week, and it gets really, really dirty. So you just have to clean it regularly, and it comes with a little filter inside. So I have to make sure that I change that as well. So that is what we're doing. We're starting off by cleaning this rubber mat. I believe I got this literally on Amazon. It's just that way if there's, water spillage, it doesn't get all over your floors. And this just goes underneath the water fountain. But the water fountain is really cool. I got it because 2 of my cats have a really hard time drinking water out of a bowl because their snouts are so small. And so they can't get a drink without their nose going into the water. So they have to have it coming out of something. So sometimes they'll try to drink from the faucet, like in the bathroom sink. And that's when I know, I got to add more water to this. So it is somebody's chore to make sure that the water fountain always has water, but you do just have to clean it regularly because it can get a little grimy. So that's what we're doing here. We're just going to give it a good scrub down, replace the filter, and get it put back down. If you are a cat owner and have never owned a water fountain for your kitty cats, I would highly recommend getting one. It really does make drinking water so much easier for them. I'll link this one for you down below. It's from Amazon. It's very affordable. I've had to replace the motor multiple times, which is also very affordable. And I always have those filters on hand so that I can change them about twice a month. So like I said, I'll link everything for you down below. I also have this automatic animal food dispenser, and this is fantastic. So our dog eats cold food from the refrigerator, so hers doesn't go in here, but our cats, they are very, very particular with what they eat because they have very sensitive skin, so they have to eat only a certain type of food. And we have it in this automatic feeder. You put the entire bag inside. It is suction closed, so there's no air in there, and it feeds them 3 times a day, and it just helps to portion control. You can set it so that it like calls their name, or you can make a little ding sound. They know just the sound of like the rotating cup inside that dispenses the food, so they know when it's going to come out. And half my kitty cats are grazers. Well, they're pretty much all grazers, but one of them, Guinness, my big fat black and white cat, which you'll see around in my videos, he will definitely, if it's there, he'll eat it. So I have to make sure we don't put too much food in there at any given time. But we do have 4 little fur kitties, and I have 5 fur babies total, 4 cats and 1 dog. So it's really nice to just have that automatic dispenser, and it makes it so it's one less thing we have to think about in the day. So if you have pets, that might be beneficial for you, especially if you travel. I will link it for you down below, and it's been extremely helpful. You might have noticed that I just cleaned my sink with toilet bowl cleaner, and that's because it's like 99% bleach. And so I wanted to bleach out my sink after cleaning the animal bowl in there. And then I'm also washing my sponges. I put them in the dishwasher. We're going to run the dishwasher now just to help get rid of any bacteria from the cat bowl or the water bowl. And that way it's nice and clean. I'm also going to take a second now to wipe down my countertops. They were so filthy and they just needed to be, cleaned. I need to do a deep clean of my kitchen. I really, really want to take the grates from my stove outside. I saw a video of somebody power washing theirs, and I really want to do that because mine are gross. I've soaked them, I scrub them. I just feel like I can't get them clean. So I feel like taking them out and giving them a really good power wash in the driveway is the way to go. So I need desperately to do like a deep clean of my kitchen. So I think that's going to be coming up here in the next month or so. Like I mentioned in the intro, before we start hosting for the holidays, I think it's really important that I get that done. And I'm really looking forward to doing that. I get asked a lot of questions about our countertops. These are solid surface. We actually purchased these from Home Depot. It was one of the areas we tried to stay in budget, and they're just solid surface. They are not any type of quartz or quartzite or anything like that. They have no veining to them. And originally when I picked these out, I thought it was because I wasn't going to like the veining against the brick backsplash. But I definitely think I would like to upgrade to some type of natural material. You have to be very careful with these. They can stain easily. You can't put anything hot on them. You can't cut on them. So I would really, really love probably a granite in my kitchen because I want to be able to do just about anything on them. And so I would think I would like that. We also go back and forth about doing like a dark granite, maybe a light on the inside and then like a dark on the island, but we'll see. I'm taking a second now to open up the windows. The weather was perfect. It was just a crisp 70 degrees outside. It was so perfect. And I'm also going to move into the laundry room and get the laundry flipped over. The next thing we're going to tackle is this pile of my decoration bins that need to go down. I had brought up all the Halloween ones to get the Halloween decorations up. Those needed to go back down. And I also had a bunch of decor from different places that I took down to replace with Halloween decor. So I have them all piled up here on the back of my sofa, and I'm going to take them downstairs to the basement. I have shown you in my videos before how I have my storage bins downstairs, and I try really hard to stick with that. So that's what we're doing. I'm just going to take them down. I think I ended up with 7 flights of stairs on my watch, which is fantastic. It's a good workout, up and down, up and down. This editing made it look like it was, easy breezy. However, it did take me a little while because, you have to go down the stairs carefully. Some of those bins are heavy, and I was just happy to get them put down there because, man, it sure does crowd up this space. And this is where my robot vacuum comes. I have it plugged in under that window back there. So I will, have it come down this little stretch here to come do all of the vacuuming and mopping. That's Luna coming up from the basement. She followed me up and down every single time, and I had to coerce her to come back in so that I could close the door. The last place we're going to wipe down is our coffee bar. It looks very full right now. It's a little bit messy, not messy, but just a little bit crowded. So I need to do some reorganizing and figuring out, what that's going to look like, because it looks a little bit congested. So thank you guys so much for joining me in today's Sunday Reset. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you got a little bit of motivation today. Sorry for my big long intro, but I always love talking to you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Make sure you're subscribed if you aren't already. I would love to have you come back for more. And until the next one, my friends, have a beautiful week. See you soon.